Good afternoon, students, and welcome to chapter number 6, that is tissues. Today we are going to end up with the chapter, and we were on the topic that is animal tissues, and in animal tissues we have already done the epithelial tissue. Today we are going to do the connective tissue. Connective tissue, as the name suggests, here the word is used connective. Connective means it is used to this type of the tissue, it is used to connect two organs or two parts of the body, two or more than two parts of the body. This type of tissue connects two or more than two parts of the body. So when we are talking about the connective tissue, it is of the following types. The very first type is the the blood. Next is the bones. Next is the ligaments. Then next is tendons. Next is cartilages. Then areolar tissue, and the last is adipose tissue. Okay, so these are the various type of the connective tissues that are present in the body. First is the blood, second is bones, ligaments, tendons, cartilages, areolar tissue, and the adipose tissue. So when we are talking about the blood is a liquid connective tissue. It is a liquid connective tissue. It connects different parts of the body. It connects different parts of the body since it is basically a medium of transportation of various metabolites between different parts of the body. Since it acts as a medium to transport various metabolites between different parts of the body. Okay, so this is the major function of the blood. And when we are talking about the composition of the blood it comprises of two parts, that is the matrix part, which is the fluid part of the blood, and the other is the cellular components. Okay, so when we are talking about the matrix is the fluid part of the blood. It is the fluid part of the blood, and it is made up of water, electrolytes, salts, ions, dissolved proteins, minerals, etc., etc. Then when we are talking about the cellular component parts of the bloods, the cellular component parts of the blood comprises of the RBCs, the WBCs, the platelets. When we are saying RBC means the red blood cells or the red blood corpuscles. When we are talking about the WBC means the white blood cells or the white blood corpuscles. And when we are talking about the platelets, these are the thrombocytes. RBCs, they are basically responsible for carrying oxygen to different parts of the body. Next, talking about the WBCs, they are basically responsible for maintaining the immunity system of the body. And when we are talking about the platelets or the thrombocytes, platelets, they are basically responsible for what to say, coagulation of the blood. Whenever you are having any sort of a wound or a hemorrhage, not a hemorrhage, wherever you are having a wound or an injury in any part of the body, whether it is internal or external, these certain platelets, since they are having coagulation properties, they come over there, they get adhered to one another, they get sticked to one another, and they form a sort of a clot or a hindrance which stops the further flow of the blood. Hence much loss of the blood is not allowed by these platelets, and hence these are very much protective in functions. Clear? So this is what is when we are talking about the blood. Now the other connective tissue that we are going to talk about over here is the bones. When we are talking about the bones, they are, as you all know, that the structural framework of your body, it is made up of bone. आपकी बॉडी का जितना भी skeletonous part है वो किसका बना हुआ है? It is made up of totally of the bones. Basically in a human body there are 206 bones present. क्लियर? और हर बोन का अपना कोई ना कोई पर्टिकुलर फंक्शन है. बेसिकली ये हमारी बॉडी को एक स्ट्रक्चरल फ्रेमवर्क प्रोवाइड करता है. और दूसरा, बोन्स जो हैं दे हेल्प इन लोकोमोशन एंड मूवमेंट. क्लियर? बोन्स, these provides structural framework to the body, प्लस बॉडी के वेरियस पार्ट्स को भी सपोर्ट करने का काम करता है. दे ऑल्सो हेल्प इन सपोर्टिंग various parts of the body. Then third, when we are talking about the bones, they help in locomotion and movement. They do help in locomotion and movement. Clear? जब हम बात करें बोन्स की, तो जो बोन सेल्स है या जिनको हम बोलते हैं ऑस्टियोसाइट्स, ये सेल्स जो हैं दे आर डिप्ड इन फ्लूइड मैट्रिक्स विच इज मेड अप ऑफ फॉस्फोरस एंड कैल्शियम. देयरफॉर दीज बोन्स आर वेरी हार्ड एंड रिजिड इन स्ट्रक्चर. The osteocytes or the bone cells are embedded in the matrix made up of phosphorus and calcium. Clear? Therefore they are very hard and rigid structures. Bones, as we are talking about the bones are very hard and rigid structures. Now further, when we are going to talk about the ligaments, when we are talking about the ligaments, these are those connective tissues which are basically what to say, employed in connecting or joining two bones together. Clear? These connect two bones together. Comparatively, they are having higher elasticity as well as they are having greater tensile strength also. They possess higher elasticity and have great strength. Okay, next, tendons. When we are talking about the tendons, these are those tissues which are basically meant to connect or to join a muscle to a bone. These tissues are those tissues which are employed in connecting a muscle to a bone. Clear? These are not that much elastic in nature, but they are having a great strength. These are not much elastic in nature, but do possess great strength. Clear? So now we are going to move up to cartilages. Talking about the cartilages. When we are talking about the cartilages, these are present at the ends of the bones, so that they can polish the surface of the bones. Plus they are also present in the nose. Here this is the nose, which is made up of cartilage. Your ear, it is also made up of cartilage, as well as some cartilaginous rings are also present around the larynx. Clear? Cartilages are present around the bone surfaces, just to round them off. Clear? Then these are present in the nose and ear. Clear? As well as around the larynx. Clear? Next, cartilages, though they are not as hard or as rigid as the bones, they are elastic in nature. They are much and more flexible in nature. They are more flexible in nature. Third function of the cartilage, third thing about the cartilages, that the bones of the cartilages, they are dipped in matrix made up of proteins and sugars. The cells are dipped or embedded in matrix of proteins and sugars. Now when we are talking about the functions of the cartilages, they are supportive in function. These are supportive in function. Clear? So this is all about the cartilages. Now we are going to talk about the areolar tissue. As the name suggests, areolar tissue means it is going to possess air spaces between the cells. It possesses air spaces. Clear? Then it is present beneath the skin, around the various internal organs, plus it is also present in the bone marrow. And even in the bone marrow. Now talking about the adipose tissue. As the name suggests, it is present just below the skin. and around the blood vessels. Basically, it is involved in storage of the fats. Clear? So this is all about the connective tissue. We have done each and every type of the connective tissue in detail over here. In my next video, I will be talking about the muscular tissue as well as the nervous tissue. Till then, thank you.